In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on November 19, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Penn State versus Rutgers. The Penn State Nittany Lions travel up the Jersey Turnpike to battle Big Ten foe Rutgers University on Saturday afternoon. Penn State comes into the game at 8-2 overall and 5-2 in the Big Ten. With 2 games left in the regular season, the Nittany Lions still have a good chance to earn a New Year's Day bowl game. Host Rutgers comes into this game at 4-6 overall and just 1-6 in the Big Ten. They still have an outside shot at a bowl game, but will need to win out to secure a bid. Penn State is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games. The under is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings in Rutgers. The under is 8-0 in the last 8 meetings played between Penn State and Rutgers. The over is 17-7-1 in the Nittany Lions' last 25 games after accumulating more than 200 yards rushing in their previous game. Had Rutgers played a more competitive game at Michigan State last week, an argument could be made to pick the Scarlet Knights to cover the spread. While they weren't uncompetitive, they were clearly outclassed and gave little resistance to an MSU team that, displayed the will to win, Rutgers desperately needs to win out and earn an invite to a bowl game. It's tough to envision Rutgers coming out and hitting Penn State in the mouth and then digging its heels in when Penn State hits back. That's what it will likely take for Rutgers to win. Recent trends suggest this is unlikely, as the Scarlet Knights are 0-8-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record and 0-5 in those games at home. Penn State is comfortable making New Year's 6 bowl games and hoping for more next season. There's no chance Rutgers spoils its opportunity to have some fun in the sun this bowl season. Rutgers had good quarterback play in the last game, but it's not going to be the case again here. Penn State is a strong defensive team, and they locked down Maryland in the last game, and they will do the same to Rutgers' offense in this game. This is going to be an easy W for Penn State, so the Penn State Nittany Lions to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Scarlet Knights' ground game got back on track against MSU last week, but the Spartans' run defense is not comparable to Penn State's stout unit. Rutgers is also poor at following up its strong rushing performances, as the under is 10-2 in its last 12 games after accumulating more than 200 yards rushing in its previous game. The total has gone under in all of the past 8 meetings between these B1G foes, too. Rutgers will do enough in its final home game with a bowl berth still a possibility to keep the score close, which should result in a final score closer to 31-10 than 45-10. Under the projected total is our full total pick. Tennessee versus South Carolina. It's a clash of teams from the East Division of the Southeastern Conference on the gridiron in the Palmetto State. The number 5 Tennessee Volunteers are on the road as they take the trip to face the South Carolina Gamecocks Saturday night. Tennessee pulverized Missouri 66-24 at home last Saturday, easily covering the 18.5-point line in the contest. South Carolina was drubbed 38-6 on the road by Florida last Saturday, failing to come anywhere near covering as a 9-point underdog in their previous game. In the all-time series between the teams, the Volunteers own a 28-10-2 advantage and have won the last 3 meetings. That includes a 45-20 home victory in the most recent meeting on October 9, 2021. Tennessee is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games. South Carolina is 3-10 against the spread in their last 13 games in November. Tennessee is 3-0-1 against the spread in their last 4 games against South Carolina. Tennessee is nearly impossible to stop, as the Volunteers are scoring an average of 47.4 points per game, which is the best in the nation. The Tennessee offense churns out a total of 543.7 yards per game of total offense. The Volunteers' running attack that averages 195.5 yards per game will exploit a poor South Carolina defense against the run, which allows 192.5 yards per game on the ground. Tennessee quarterback Hendon Hooker will only pass when needed, as the Volunteers will move the chains regularly by using their running game led by Jalen Wright with 598 yards and Jabari Smith with 537 yards. Tennessee is currently on the outside looking in, as they are 5th in the most recent college football playoff top 25 and must look impressive in each of their final 2 games of the regular season, since they are unlikely to play in the Southeastern Conference title game trailing Georgia and will have to rely on the West Division winner defeating Georgia in the Southeastern Conference title game. Tennessee scored 66 points in the last game, and they are going to have no issue running up the score again in this game. This South Carolina offense is an issue and won't find much success against the Volunteers. This is going to be a blowout victory for Tennessee, so the Tennessee Volunteers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Tennessee comes into this game having seen the over hit in 6 of their 10 games on the season. The Volunteers have put up at least 34 points in each win this season, with only Georgia, who has a top 10 defense, holding them down offensively. Tennessee has played just 3 road games this season and stayed under the number in each of those contests. South Carolina has split their 10 games in regard to the total this season. The Gamecocks have split their 6 games in relation to the total at home on the year, though 2 of those overs came against overmatched teams like South Carolina State and Charlotte. This game winds up short of the total even if Tennessee hangs 40, as South Carolina doesn't have enough firepower to push this one past the number. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Ole Miss versus Arkansas. The Ole Miss Rebels and the Arkansas Razorbacks meet Saturday at Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Both teams are coming off close Southeastern Conference losses last week against very tough opponents. Ole Miss faced off against Alabama in their last game and had to stage a comeback in the second half for a narrow win of 6 points. Arkansas is coming off a game versus LSU, where LSU likely earned a spot in the Southeastern Conference Championship by beating the Razorbacks by 3. The Rebels are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 in November and 3-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games. Ole Miss is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 after an against the spread win. Meanwhile, the Razorbacks are 3-1 against the spread in their last 5 in November and 2-5 against the spread versus a team with a winning record. Arkansas is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 on turf. Ole Miss is 3rd ranked in rushing yardage per game at 260 yards per game. Arkansas ranks 66th in the FBS in rushing defense at 157 yards per game allowed by opponents. Ole Miss has been a scoring machine at 36 points per game, while the Razorbacks rank 57th at 29.9 yards per game. Watch for Ole Miss to just provide a more balanced, tight attack against Arkansas than vice versa. Under Coach Lane Kiffin's guidance, the Rebels have continued to grow their offensive prowess. The trends point to an Ole Miss win. The Razorbacks are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games on field turf. Go for the team that nearly brought down the Tide just days ago. The Rebels know they can beat nearly anyone now, and Arkansas is no Tide. So the Mississippi Rebels to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This game will be a classic hangover game, or more like a beat-up game. Both teams are coming off as powerful, close-action heartbreakers where they left it all on the field. Don't expect the scores to be wild affairs that reach unseen zeniths. The quarterback situation at Arkansas is questionable for their usual starter, and Ole Miss has seen beatdowns on their offensive line. These teams are tired this late in the season. Trends point to under as well at this late stage. Under 4-1 in Razorbacks' last 5 games in November, and under is 8-1 in the Rebels' last 9 games following an against the spread win. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.